Fox Sports.
We are sports. We are Sun.
Tonight, it is must-see TV from Tropicana Field as Cy Young frontrunner Blake Snell goes to the hill for the final time in 2018. The big lefty, who leads Major League Baseball in victories and has already set the franchise record with 21 wins, will look to put an exclamation point on his incredible season. It was 7 years ago plus a day when Dan Johnson hit that big home run against the New York Yankees here at Tropicana Field. And the Rays looking for more history in this one. The big left-hander, Blake Snell, on the hill, and tonight he will shoot for victory number 22. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. Great to have you aboard. Well, a big night for the Rays, and Blake Snell, absolutely the front runner for the Cy Young Award, and he goes to the mound tonight to try to better that cause.
Can he keep the roll going? And really, it's a roll that's been going on all season long. But if you just take a look back at his last 9 starts, Dwayne, and we keep doing this every time he pitches, he's won them all. I mean, 9 starts, a 9-0 record. How about the ERA of 1.03? He's given up just a grand total of 6 earned runs over those 9 starts. The opponent's average, 52 2/3 innings, has given up just 26 hits. All 4 pitches have been clicking for Blake Snell, and he will try to do it again one more time.
It's hard to imagine that anyone has pitched better than Blake Snell this year. As you look at the numbers right now, tops in wins, tops in earned run average, tops in limiting the opponent batting average. Look at the whip at 0.96, second there. And tonight he'll go up looking for win number 22. Meanwhile, the last couple months have been outstanding for Willie Adames. And when we come back, Michelle will document the emergence of the rookie infielder.
Tropicana Field. Well, that guy right there, ever since shortstop Adeiny Echeverria was designated for assignment, Willy Adames has had to step into a very large role, both defensively and at the plate. And since August 1st is hitting .321 with 7 home runs, 25 runs batted in, 29 runs scored in 16 multi-hit games and 49 opportunities. And here is manager Kevin Cash on how Willy Adames has stepped up.
Defensively, the strides that he has made has been, remarkable, and I give himself and Charlie Montoya a ton of credit in the fact that they work every day on it. They've tried to simulate the game speed of it. He's tried to make it tougher on himself in practice, so when he's prepared in the game, that nothing surprises him. And at the plate, he's done the same thing. Adjustments. I think he recognized that the league and the pitchers were trying to get him out one way. He combated that a little bit, and there's not just one way to get Willie out. You can't just go to one spot to get him out. You better make an adjustments because he's going to make adjustments with you.
Well, Adames has 2 more games to continue proving himself. He's batting third today, and his teammate Blake Snell is looking to make Rays history with his 22nd win. Tampa Bay hopes to even the series against the Toronto Blue Jays. First pitch from Tropicana Field when we come back.
There goes Blake Snell to the hill, 21-5, making his 31st start of the year. Carries with him an American League leading earned run average of 1.90. He'll be pitching against the Toronto Blue Jays, and here is the Toronto lineup presented by your local Ford dealer. John Birdie's going to lead it off, then Jonathan Davis in center, followed by Aledmus Diaz. Randall Kritchik will hit cleanup the DH in front of Rowdy Tellez, who swung a hot bat in September. Teoscar Hernandez coming off a home run last night at 6th. Danny Jansen, Richard Urania, and Anthony Alford will complete the lineup for Toronto.
Well, we've heard a lot of numbers concerning Blake Snell. We haven't heard these. How about his numbers against the Blue Jays here in 2018? A 2-0 record, 0 ERA, in 11 2/3 innings. He's given up just 3 hits to this team, struck out 17.
So here we go. Birdie, 2 of 7 in a Toronto uniform. It bounces it to the right side, and Lau cannot come up with that ball. Headed to his left, and as he got there, could not glove it cleanly. Not hit overly hard, and Birdie's going to get credit for a base hit.
Well, let's take a look at the rest of the Rays defense, brought to you by Golden Diamond Source. And in that outfield left to right, we've got Tommy Pham, Alex Smith, and Carlos Gomez. And across the infield, third to first, Andrew Velasquez, Willie Adames, Brandon Lau, and C.J. Cron, with Jesus Sucre behind the plate.
Jonathan Davis split the year between AA and AAA, 4 of 19 in a Toronto uniform. He's going to bunt, and that's a strike. Down around the knees at 95. Toronto ends 73 and 87 on the year. Got a winner last night over the Rays, 7-6. 0-2. Got him out in front right there.
Yeah, if you're the Toronto Blue Jay lineup, and these guys know that, we just went over the numbers of Blake against them. Get ready for the any pitch in any count of Blake Snell. All 4 above average to elite pitches, and he knows what to do with them.
Runner takes off. The pitch is a strike. The throw will not be in time, and Birdie picks up a stolen base, his first.
Now you pick up the strikeout on the fastball. Great jump by Birdie, because Sucre got a fastball right down the middle, a good pitch to handle. Look how easily Birdie got into second base.
So Davis out looking. 1 out with Birdie at second. And Aledmus Diaz hitting .264, and he's had a good month of September, hitting .324 in the month of September. And normally speaking, a very aggressive hitter up there. The pitch is down.
Boy, and most hitters that are by nature aggressive become even more so when they've got runners in scoring position, because now they smell RBIs.
You know, he's an interesting guy in that regard because he is very aggressive. A lot of those guys also are strikeout victims. He has kept his strikeouts in a respectable neighborhood. It's very low compared to how aggressive he can be. He struck out 60 times this year, only walked 21 times. I mean, that's in line with how aggressive he is.
Yeah, but you would certainly expect, you know, that strikeout total to be nearing triple digits, maybe in triple digits.
A 2-0 count. And the pitch just missed off the corner. 3-0. Opposition hitting 178 off Snell. Righties 189, lefties 136. Now a strike, and it's 3-1. Well, he tells you that it's not a given. 3-0, you're going to get that fastball. You'll get anything, including the off speed, the changeup.
And I want to keep an eye on that, because it was also, there hasn't been a fastball in this at bat. A couple of changeups that missed, a 2-0 curveball, a 3-0 change.
And there's a strike. Diaz trying to draw the walk. Checking with Lance Barksdale.
Well, you want to know, is this as high as you're going to go? Because that's a high breaking ball. When you think about the strike zone, you expect that pitch to be a little bit lower, and so you say, is that as high you're going to go, and get the answer and move on.
And finally the fastball, and he misses with it.
Now, if you're going to do what Blake Snell did to Diaz and go with all of those off-speed pitches to 3-2, yeah, that's the time to come with the fastball. I mean, you can make the argument maybe a little bit earlier. He chose not to, but that was the time, just missed with it. You can imagine, too, that Blake Snell, as calm, cool, and collected as he has been all season long, he's got some, some anxiousness today, knowing he could rattle off his 10th straight win, sew up a Cy Young, perhaps.
Facing Randall Krichik, the DH. He grounds it foul for a strike. Krichik has been swinging the bat pretty well. Came off the bench to deliver a triple and drive in 2 runs last night. Krichik 1 of 8 against Snell in his career. And now a pitch low, 1-1.
Well, think about this. When was the last time that we have seen, just in the last 2 at-bats, you've had 8 pitches thrown, 7 off speed. We're in the first inning. This is going against the normal game plan for Blake Snell.
Snell coming off the outing against Toronto on the 23rd last Sunday. And he misses 2-1.
8 out of 9. I mean, remember, you're Blake Snell, and you've got a big-time fastball. Well, here are those starts, and the numbers are outstanding. 17 strikeouts to just 2 walks and 11 2/3. Only 3 hits.
2-1 here on Krichik. And now that pitch down and in, and it's a 3-ball 1-strike count.
And I don't like all of the off speed here early on. It's tough. First of all, it's tough to get a feel. And when you're throwing nothing but off speed pitches, whether it's the curveball, the changeup, you haven't really established anything. It's tough to work those pitches off of each other. And now he's having trouble getting them into the zone.
A 3-ball count, and he walks Krichik, and there's another changeup.
10 of his last 11 pitches have been off speed. The only fastball was the 3-2 fastball.
So the infield hit for Birdie, then the call 3rd strike on Davis, and back-to-back walks to Diaz and Krichik. And a big conversation early between Sucre and Snell.
Yeah, where do you go from here? You know, we've come out with the idea that we're going to pitch backwards, and the pitching backwards can just morphed into nothing but off speed. The last couple of hitters, you've walked both of them, doesn't have a feel for anything right now. And so you've got a bear down right here. You've got a tough hitter at the plate, although it is left on left. And let's go to work.
Well, Tellez has been a bit of a thorn here in September. These two teams have seen a lot of each other in September. And Tellez, who homered last night, has more than held his own against Rays pitching. And goes after the first one, skies it deep into left center. On the run, Malik Smith to make the catch. Birdie's going to score. The other runners will hold. And so Tellez on that first pitch fastball delivers a sacrifice fly to make it a 1-0 ball game.
You know what? That could have been the best thing that has happened to Blake Snell and the Rays here in the first inning. After the ugly beginning here, you get that fly ball deep. Potential trouble by Tellez. It just turns into a sacrifice fly. You get this next guy out, you've given up just 1 run. You should feel great about this.
Well, he faces Teoscar Hernandez. And Hernandez was on 4 times last night, 2 walks, a single after a home run his first time up. 21 home runs on the year, and another aggressive hitter up there. And he takes the fastball wide. So the infield hit, 2 walks, sacrifice fly, 2 gone now. And Hernandez lays off. It's 2-0. Seen a lot of the changeup. And that's a strike, gets away, and the runners are going to advance. Second and third now with a 2-1 count on Hernandez.
Just breaking ball right here. Sucre just goes in to try to keep it on the plate and right off the thumb of the glove. Obviously a pitch that he should have handled and didn't, and it cost the Rays a couple of spots on the bases.
Yeah, pass ball right there. So it turns out to be a very big hitter right now with 2 men in scoring position. The fastball is high, just missed a bit. 3-1.
Well, I definitely think that what you're seeing here in the first inning is a combination of maybe some anxiousness, but also Blake straying from how he has pitched all season long.
Three-one pitch, and he walks Hernandez. It's only the 40th time all year Hernandez has walked, and the bases are loaded. 3 walks and a base hit.
When was the last time Blake Snell walked 3 guys in a ball game in an inning?
Yeah, I don't know that he's done that all year in an inning.
Well, again, you just go back and replay, you know, this inning and Blake Snell's approach, not like we have seen in any other start this season. Tons of off speed. Now, certainly, you see a team a lot, you may change up the game plan a little bit, but this was a drastic change. Not quite settled in yet, but still just one hitter, make a pitch or 2, get him out. You get out of this inning just giving up 1 run, you settle in, and then you go out there and dominate. And Blake is that close.
Well, Danny Jansen will be the hitter. Jansen, the rookie catcher. And there's a strike. First pitch strike. Is wide. You know, Blake, just on a quick review here, really has not had an outing like this since he pitched 3 innings and gave up 3 runs in Minnesota to the Twins, and that was back on July the 12th. Struck out a couple, walked 3, gave up 5 hits in 3 innings. And now 2-1 on Jansen. 24 pitches right now for Blake. That game against the Twins, he had a 30-pitch first, got out of it with giving up any runs, but then a run in the second and 2 in the third. He's given up a run in the first of this one. It's up the right side, foul. 2-2, and a grab right there in the front row. Nice catch. So a 2-2 count. And he got him. Came back. The breaking ball to strike him out. Jansen out of there. Toronto, out of all of that, scores 1 run. A quick look at the lineup presented by your local Ford dealers. Malik Smith's going to lead it off, followed by Tommy Pham, and then Willie Adames down the heart of the order. C.J. Cron, Brandon Lau, and Carlos Gomez. Austin Meadows serves as the DH, hitting in front of Jesus Sucre. Andrew Velasquez will bat ninth.
Well, taking the mound tonight for the Toronto Blue Jays is going to be left-hander Ryan Borucki. As you look at his season numbers, he has been on a nice little run. Not much to show for it, but in his last 4 starts, 2 of which were against the Rays, he's 1-2, but the ERA of just 1.98. So he is throwing the ball well. Not an overpowering lefty. Needs to hit the corners.
And the pitch is a strike to Malik Smith. Yeah, he's been impressive in those 2 outings against the Rays, and came out of both of them with a loss. Malik strikes it into center field for a base hit. Rays put the leadoff man on with some speed. So Malik, who had 3 hits last night, triple, single, and a double as a base hit his first time up in this game.
Well, that's why we talk about having to hit the corners. They're trying to come in. He leaves it middle. And remember this. This is Borucki's 3rd start against the Rays in his last 5. So there is a familiarity factor big time. He's going to have to be on point here tonight, or the Rays are going to have some opportunities against him.
Tommy Pham steps in with that 30-game on-base streak. And he hits it on the ground to short. Urania, birdie 1 and over to first, 6-4-3, and that erases that base hit.
How about this, Wayne? 12 ground into double plays in his now 17th start. He can get the ground ball when he needs it. Let's look at the rest of the Rays, or the Blue Jay defense, brought to you by Golden Diamond Source. And in the outfield left to right, we have Hernandez, Davis, and Alford. And across that infield, 3rd to 1st, Diaz, Urania, Birdie, and Tellez, with Danny Jansen behind the plate.
Willie Adames up in the 3rd spot in the lineup. Had a very solid August, followed up by a very good September. Hitting .325 in September. His average for the year .271. He's facing this 24-year-old lefty. We mentioned it the other times he's pitched against the Rays. He likes to work quickly. Grew up idolizing Mark Burley in the Chicago area. Burley was pitching for the White Sox and eventually the Blue Jays. And a lefty who pitches quickly as well. Borucki back with the next pitch, ground ball 3rd. Diaz makes the throw to first. So the Rays get a hit, lose the runner on a double play. 1-0 Toronto. Well, 1-0 Blue Jays lead the Rays. The Devil Rays throwback jerseys now up for auction. You can get your authentic game-worn Devil Rays jersey now at RaysBaseball.com/auctions. Proceeds benefit the Rays Baseball Foundation. Richard Urania, shortstop for the Blue Jays, leading off the second. And the first pitch fastball, and it just missed. Urania had 3 hits last night, 3 out of 4. 2-0. And a strike on the corner.
I'll tell you, that was a good adjustment. That previous changeup, you could see Blake baby that changeup, and obviously made the adjustment, got back to throwing that thing like a fastball and got it back in the zone.
It's a foul. Fastball mid-90s. Out of play. 2-2.
You know, that's the one thing that Blake has to remember. He has an elite fastball, and it's a mid to upper 90s fastball that he can locate. Don't stray too far from it.
And a cut and a miss. Down to first, and that'll take care of Urania. Take a look at that first inning breakout.
I mean, a lot of changeups, a lot of curveballs. I mean, you can see there was a heavy lean towards the off speed, and remember, he had that one stretch where he went 10 out of 11 off speed and ended up turning into 2 walks.
Anthony Alford swings and misses. Swinging over that breaking pitch.
Well, the good thing for Blake, the good thing for the Rays is that hot mess of a first inning accounted for 1 run. Not that big a deal. You take a deep breath and you go right back out there and do your thing.
1-1. What I hear you saying, that even though you might have 4 elite pitches, and he does when he's right, everything really works off the fastball.
It does, and it doesn't mean that there are times where, you know, you're going to pitch backwards. You're going to start a fastball hitter out with a changeup. That happens. I think that anybody who's paid attention to Blake Snell all season long, we've never seen him lean this far away from the fastball early in the game. I mean, just a boatload of off-speed pitches. And by design, perhaps, but I don't think it helps him.
And the fastball foul the other way, out of play.
There's a certain mindset when you use the fastball. You don't have to go out there and throw 15 straight fastballs to start off a game, but it certainly does establish. It establishes aggressiveness. It establishes arm speed. All of that, and then you work the off-speed pitches in off of that.
And a cut and a miss right there. Nice job. Fastball, a couple of those early. Finished him with a breaking ball.
Then there's nothing wrong with that. You get to a guy with 2 strikes, and these guys are antsy. I mean, they know you do not want to be behind against Blake Snell, because he will get you to expand your zone, get you to chase, and he's got the stuff to put you away. And so that right there is a beautiful curveball.
John Birdie pitches a strike fastball.
And that's not a bad pitch either.
Birdie reached on the infield hit. It's foul right back into the screen.
See,
getting the hard stuff here.
Yeah, and that is what we're talking about. Where was the first pitch? Right on the outside corner. Where was the next one? Boom, right on the inside corner. He's got a fastball that he can command. And so now you start to see him, here I come. Now do whatever you want.
And he got him. Well, he took care of him there. Dominated, strikes out the side. Birdie out on the curve. 1, 2, 3. Jays 1-0. It will be the middle part of the lineup for the Rays, starting with C.J. Cron, then Brandon Lau and Carlos Gomez. The Rays need a win today and a win tomorrow to get to the 90 mark. 88 and 72 coming into play tonight. C.J. Cron still searching for that 30th home run. Checked in time. Well, a little down at first. Lance Barksdale is calling the balls and strikes of this one. Thrown out there again and checks in time. Alex Smith opened the first with a base hit, but was promptly erased on a double play ball. And out there one more time and a check. 3-0, nothing to convince Little down there at first that he's done anything but check in time. And he swings, sends a high fly ball deep to right. That one is gone. Home run number 30 for C.J. Cron on a 3-0 pitch. And the Rays have tied this game. Cron turned it loose on that 3-0 pitch. And hit the towering drive out of here. Taking a deep breath after connecting on home run number 30.
Now got the fastball away, and you know he's going to have the green light. And how about that? Number 30, just to show the power. Let's go Oppo.
Brandon Lau takes the pitch a little low.
Well, that kind of ruins my scouting report, Dwayne, because it was on C.J. Cron. And maybe number 30 had
accurate.
something to do with it. Well, you know, it really, he's had a career year. Yep. You know, games played, at-bats, hits, homers, doubles, walks, the whole 9 yards. And tonight we were going to talk about, listen, go for it. You know, lift, separate, get that ball out of the yard. And he Tommy Phammed it. Get it out of the way early.
Yep. Well, that's something that he felt coming in to this year. He was going to get more at-bats probably than he'd ever gotten before, and 30 was something that he really had not obsessed over but knew was a possibility. And there it is. Need a soothsayer out of Paul Sorrento, the former Devil Ray.
Yeah.
Talked about that back in April. Foul ball back. Sorrento, who'd been the assistant hitting coach for C.J. Cron out in the West Coast, and he said, you give this guy enough at bats, he'll hit 30 home runs. Well, there is number 30. Did he go? He did. Lau tried to check. He's out on strikes. First strikeout for Barucki. And we'll check in with Michelle right now. Michelle?
Thanks, Dwayne. Here with a very special guest, president of the Rays, Matt Silverman. Matt, thank you so much for joining us. You just had a very special check presentation for Starting Right Now. What does Starting Right Now do?
We take homeless kids from the area and we put them in a home. We give them a place to live. We give them a mentor and really every service and opportunity they need to graduate high school and move on to college or their next educational goal. We've had incredible success. Over 95% of our students graduate high school, and these kids are incredible, and we're so proud as the Rays to support Starting Right Now. We have our executive director and founder, Vicky Sokolik, here. Jim Myers, who is not just a sponsor with Crown, but a board member of Starting Right Now, is here, and they match the strikeouts and were a big part of this contribution.
Why is this important for Rays Baseball Foundation to team up and do this?
Well, it's one of the many things that we do, but this program is near and dear to my heart. I'm on the board, and we have these kids. We've helped hundreds of kids graduate high school that never would have before. They've gone on each year. Our students who graduate get more than $1 million of scholarships. And these are kids who may have ended up in jail, and now they're doctors, they're nurses, they're teachers. They're living stable lives. They've overcome poverty. This is a homegrown organization that we started here in Tampa Bay. It's won so many awards, and we at the Rays are just so proud to support it and continue its growth.
Is there any way for others to support as well?
Yes, we need donations, obviously, but we also need mentors. We need service providers, and so if you go to startingrightnow.org, you can learn more about the organization, and you can find other ways to help us. But we're here to grow. It's a great organization, and it's one that the Rays are really proud to support.
Sounds like it. Thank you so much, Matt. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
Back to you, Dwayne.
All right, thank you. It's a 3-0 count on Austin Meadows. Wow, out on strikes, and then Gomez on the 1-0 pitch popped out to second. Meadows, the DH for the Rays. Lefty on lefty here. 3-1. Rays have tied the game on the home run by C.J. Cron. Meadows takes ball 4. Fastball didn't miss by much. So the walk drawn by Meadows. We'll get Sucre up here. Jesus Sucre. Sucre starting the evening, hitting .212. He's 8 out of his last 18 to get that average up over 200. He takes a strike. The feet of Sucre. 1-1. It's fouled out of play. Toronto with a run in the first, the Rays with the run here in the bottom of the second. Runner on the move and a fly ball back into left field. Hernandez still back at the track and makes the catch, retiring the Rays, but they pull even on the leadoff home run off the bat of C.J. Cron. And a 3-0 fastball out the other way to right. We go to the third. It's a 1-1 ball game. The third, StatCast AI powered by AWS. Numbers on the opposite field home run. 4.6 off the bat for Cron.
I'll give you a number off the bat, Dwayne. 30.
That's the big one.
Only one that matters.
Yep. Now, Jonathan Davis. And he tried to check, could not. That's a strike. Well, Toronto scored a run in the first, and the Rays back with a run in the second inning. A little popper foul out of play. Davis, Diaz, and Krichik due up. The run scored by John Birdie, the leadoff man. And with that first inning set up, we didn't have a lot of time to discuss it, but that was ruled a hit. And I think that could be problematic. Fly ball up the right side toward the corner. Gomez into foul territory, right up against that low wall, makes the catch. So Davis is out number one. You know, Birdie hit that ball to second base. Lau had to move to his left a little bit and bobble the ball. But that was not an extremely difficult play. And I think there's room there for a discussion about an error as opposed to a hit.
I think Brandon Lau would be the first guy to tell you that that's a play that I have to make. He'd be the first guy to tell you. Yeah, he had the range to his left, but he got a favorable hop, and it's a play that we've seen him make before, and it's a play that he would tell you, I got to make that play.
Yeah, and he'll make that play again. Broken bat, a little looper into right center field. Malix is there to make the pickup. So a base hit for Diaz. You know, and you say that because, number one, it's the first hit of the game coming in the first inning, and we'll take another look at it. Here it is.
A little chopper. It's a nice bounce right there and spin in the throw.
Yeah, if he gloves that, it's an easy out at first. What difference does it make? Well, individually, Blake Snell's pitching at home. He leads the league in earned run average. If that's an error, that's an unearned run. And it reasonably could be called an error, and in all probability, most of the times would be. Because you're not going to get any breaks when you're pitching on the road in that regard. So you hope to get them at home, and you're not really asking for a break there. You're just asking for it to be what it was.
Take another peek. Take another look and see what you think. Where's Todd?
We need Todd. That's right. He'd be over there already, and he'd have it changed. It's a liner into left for a base hit, falling in front of Pham. Diaz moves up to second. Krichik is aboard. Back-to-back hits here in the third.
First baseman, Rowdy Tellez.
2 on, 1 out. Rowdy Tellez will be the hitter. Tellez drove in the run with a sacrifice fly to center field in the first inning. And he takes a strike. Boy, Tellez, well, we've seen of him from the very beginning. He's been tough on the Rays. He's had a good month of September coming up the minor leagues. But he arrives in that batter's box just ready to hit, ready to swing the bat.
Yeah, he has done a lot of nice things. What, 4 home runs on the season? 3 of them are against the Rays. He's gotten Tyler Glasnow twice. No easy feat.
How about that? 3 homers, 3 doubles, and 9 runs batted in out of 13.
6 games. Yikes. That's all right. You got all off season to game plan for him.
And a cut and a miss. Nice job there, taking care of Tellez on 3 pitches.
You notice how Blake has gone back with the fastball a lot more here the last couple of innings. It's made that off speed that much better, more crisp with the delivery. He's throwing better off speed pitches. He's getting the swings and misses. These guys all of a sudden have to respect that heater, and it opens up the door for everything else.
No, that's 6 strikeouts. At least 5 have been on the off-speed stuff. Here's Hernandez. And he's on a little run. 10 first pitch strikes now for Blake. Here's Hernandez. Last night, a fastball out against Glasnow in the second inning. And a first pitch strike at 98. So Blake 11 of 15 hitters to throw the first pitch strike. Diaz at second. Up the base hit into right. Pritchard singled into left. One and one. A ball 2, 2-1. Covered up by Sucre. "53 pitches here, 2 on 2 outs in the third. He's coming off 26 pitches in the first inning, 13 in the second. There's a strike down at the knees. 2-2. Blake came into this game with 175 and 2/3 innings, 109 hits allowed. And strike 3 call. Fastball catches Hernandez looking at 97. 7 strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the third. Tied at 1. Rays baseball on Fox Sports Sun, brought to you by W.B. Mason. Who but W.B. Mason, the official office supply company of the Tampa Bay Rays. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Andrew Velasquez leading it off for the Rays. He's playing third base tonight. 1 ball, no strikes. It's a foul ball right back out of play. Velasquez 2 of 7.
Anxious to see him over the course of an entire game.
Switch hitter. He can play a number of positions. Sends a high fly ball into right. Alford is there. One away. It's going to be an interesting offseason for the Rays because there's a lot of talent. And they're going to. Interesting to have the challenge. We touched on it the other night. The challenge to protect as much of that talent as they can without exposing it to be drafted away.
And you got to figure with as much as they have that they are going to lose a piece or two. You just can't. You can't protect them all.
Yep. Smith grounds out on the first pitch. Urania to Delez.
You know, and that's where you get into. Do you lose them? Do you maybe move them before? I mean, there are just so many different strategies to take in order to maximize your assets, get others in. You know, keep as many as you can. I'll tell you one thing. We know this: depth should not be an issue with this team.
Yeah, and that should be the case for quite a while. When you look at, you know, they honored the minor leaguers, the leading minor leaguers last night, and you go AAA, AA, and A ball. There's some pretty impressive talent up and down the line here for the Rays. And then this 40-man roster that they're going to have at the big league level. Now 1-2 to Tommy Pham. Or 2-1, let's say, with 2 outs and the base is empty. Fouls that one out of play. Pham's been a great addition. Hit over 350 for September. And coming into this game, 333 with the Rays. Puts it into center. Davis back to his left, makes the catch. It's a quick inning for Barucki, and we will head into the 4th, tied 1-1. About their new ballpark, the proposed ballpark site perfectly located for memorable pre and post game entertainment and events. Learn more and provide your input into what you'd like to see before and after the game by visiting ballparkreimagined.com. Blake Snell back out there to begin the 4th inning. 55 pitches through the first 3. Almost half of those came in the first inning. First pitch strike to begin the inning. Danny Jansen. Urania, and Alford, the hitters due up in the fourth. 0-2. One. A little bit of a rocky start for Snell. In the first inning, he gave up a run, and as it turns out, it's an earned run. A couple of scoreless innings since then. Now 1 and 2 here to begin the fourth to Jansen. Into the dirt. The breaking ball, and it's 2 and 2. Blue Jays really like Jansen. Probably more than any other young catcher in their system. They project him as perhaps a frontline catcher. Now the count is full.
Well, you figure that Russell Martin, you know, his run is coming to an end, and as a matter of fact, Dwayne, you realize right there, you're staring at tomorrow, Sunday afternoon's manager of the Toronto Blue Jays.
How about that swing and the miss? Jansen is out of there. 8 strikeouts for Blake Snell.
Finally able to get him with that curveball. Look how long he kept that thing in the zone, though. Boy, he presented it very, very well, and Jansen could do nothing but offer at it with 2 strikes.
Second time he has cashiered Jansen on the curveball for the strikeout. And 8 strikeouts for Blake to give him 219 on the year. Rania, not much doing there on that fastball. A little wave and a miss.
But going back to the Russell Martin, so
Yep.
manager John Gibbons, this will be his last game as manager, because he said that he was going to allow Russell Martin the opportunity to fill out the lineup card and make all of the in-game moves in tomorrow's game. I'm sure with some input, he'll be the bench coach.
Well, you know, they've talked about Martin being with this club and playing multiple positions, as well as serving maybe as a third-string catcher and then play all over the place. I think they ought to just let him play everywhere. There's a fastball up at 98. 9 strikeouts here, 2 outs into the fourth inning for Blake Snell.
Well, listen, they can do that, Dwayne. He can do that. He's going to be in charge. Put himself in the ball game, write himself into the starting lineup, and then
play every position.
You've got 40 men. You know, you got some reinforcements here, and just move yourself around the infield, the outfield, wherever you want to go. It's up to you.
Anthony Alford pitches down. Snell with 9 strikeouts. He struck out 8 of the last 11 men he's faced now.
Yeah, he has turned it around. There's no doubt about it. Has gotten back to an aggressive mindset, an aggressive approach. We've seen a lot more of the fastball. In fact, that's all Urania saw. 97, 98, see you later. And that's all you got to do. That's such a good pitch for Blake. And it really, you put that in the back of these hitters' mind where now they have to respect it. Helps out everything else.
Fly ball toward left center, and Pham is there to make the catch. Quick 1, 2, 3, 4th. We're tied 1-1 through 3½.
finish is going to be C.J. Cron. 3-0 count, a fastball away, and he launches it deep out into right center field. Home run number 30. His teammates so happy for him. You can see that the way that they greeted him in the dugout. And this is the season. 16 home runs for 3 straight seasons with the Angels. He comes over here, sets career highs in games played, at bats. We went through all of that. And guess what? The production followed. 30 homers. Maybe looking for more.
And Willie Adames leads off, takes ball 1 here in the 4th inning. Adames out third to first his first time around. He's facing Ryan Borucki, the 24-year-old lefty. And Lance Barksdale like that for a strike, now 1-2.
When you start widening the plate in on these hitters that far, wow, that makes that pitch away very difficult.
It's too far in, 2-2. C.J. Cron on deck. He'll hit second in the inning. Ground ball up the middle. Swiped by the glove of Ryan Borucki, but a little too late. Adames had that one by him up the middle. The Rays pick up their 3rd hit.
Well, just caught a little bit too much of the plate, and Willie Adames just spanks it through the hole.
Each team with 3 hits now. The big hit for the Rays, Cron's home run. Coming on a 3-0 pitch. He takes ball 1 this time up. The 3-0 pitch out to right field, a fastball in the 2nd inning. This one is down. 2-0. Rays have put the leadoff man on in 3 of the first 4 innings. Alex Smith singled in the first, lost him on a double play. Cron's home run was to lead off the 2nd. And he's up in the count, 3-0 again. Adames has opened the 4th with a base hit up the middle.
Well, you're asking for trouble here. You know, C.J. Cron already with the range. Same count.
And ball 4. First 2 men aboard in the Rays half of the 4th inning.
You knew Borucki was not going to come back with a 3-0 fastball. We saw what happened. He's seen that movie before. So now you put yourself in a really tough situation. 1st and 2nd, nobody out, and that's why you see the visit here, trying to get things together in a tie ball game.
Brandon Lyle's going to be the hitter. Wow, the 1 strikeout posted by Borucki. Brandon had a base hit in last night's game. Went 1 for 5. And he's showing the bunt now. Throw back to second, and they're going to get Adames. Adames wandering off second base, and boy, that's a tough out to take right there.
You're assuming, Dwayne, that the bunt is going to get put down. You've got to see it get put down. Look at the aggressive secondary lead and the anticipation. And the throw there in plenty of time. Does he sneak the right hand in? And that's what the Rays are taking a look at here. There's the throw by Jansen. He gets it there, but watch Adames go wide. Tough to tell from that angle, but trying to get that right hand to the bag.
I'll tell you, that's going to be interesting. Let's see what the Rays, they're going to take a look at it, and they have a chance.
We'll see.
Well, the Rays have challenged it.
The problem, you know, is that definitive enough? Can you tell if it's there, if it's not? You know, this call goes against the Rays. That doesn't help things. And look at Willie trying to get away from that tag and get to the back edge of that bag. You know, what's interesting there, what's interesting here is as they're falling across the bag, Adames' hand gets pushed off the bag while the tag is still being applied. Watch this. Tag's applied. Now watch this. Hand gets pushed off. The tag is still there before that foot comes down. Can you even call that? It drug him off the bag.
Well, he is picked off second base, and you have to figure it's going to stand. Let's see. So that's the first out. Well, the Rays lose a big out there, a man in scoring position. Crone's at first now with a 1-0 count on Lau. 2-0. 6 straight pitches out of the zone from Borucki. At the knees, says Barksdale. 2-1. Now 2-2. Well, the Rays got the run in the second when Crone homered. Alex Smith has a hit. Adames has a hit. He's been picked off second. Crone at first on the walk. And strike 3 called. Lau thought it might have been off the plate wide, but he is caught looking.
Well, he's got a point. This fastball does look to be just a hair off, but you know, we've seen Lance Barksdale call that pitch before, so he starts to set precedent that you've got to try to spoil it at minimum or it's going to get called.
So it's gone from 2 on with nobody out to 1 on and 2 outs now. And Carlos Gomez takes the first pitch right here. Ball 1.
Only because it bounced. And we've seen him still go after some of those.
Sometimes that doesn't stop him.
No.
1-1, had him out in front. Loves to swing the bat.
He's like, listen, if I take the first one, you know he's swinging at pitch number 2.
Close. 2 balls and a strike. On the inside corner. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. 9 home runs for Carlos Gomez. He'd love to finish the season in double figures in that department. 2-2 here. And he tried to check and did, says first base umpire Will Little. So that takes the count to 3-2. What do you think? Ooh,
oh,
Ray's got a break right
there.
Thank you. Well, this will give a running start for Crone off first. 2 outs and a full count. And ball 4. So Crone moves to second on the walk to Gomez. A couple of bases on balls in the 4th inning. He's going to get Austin Meadows up there against the lefty. Drew the first walk issued by Borucki today. Couple of strikeouts, 3 walks, a run, and 3 hits allowed. The pitch is wide, 1-0. He made 21 pitches in the second inning, Barucki, and now 21 here in the fourth. Two and 0. Foul back. 2-1. Rays coming into this game 11-6 against Toronto in the season series. 5-2 at the Trop. With a game left tomorrow to wrap it all up. Two. Toronto scored a run in the first. Fly ball by Tellez got the run home. C.J. Cron's 30th home run of the year in the second, tied it. Cron's at second here in the fourth inning with Gomez aboard at first. 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 the count. Meadows takes it close, but off the plate. 3-2. Sucre's on deck. Each team with a run on 3 hits. And a chop right side. Barucki's going to make the pickup and the tag to retire the Rays, who leave 2, do not score. 1-1 onto the 5th.
It's great to take on to catch.
In 2011, game 162. Rays down to their final out, trailing the Yankees 7-6. And Dan Johnson with that pinch hit home run. 2-2 count right down the right field line to keep the Rays season alive. And today, Dan Johnson is here in more ways than one. Bobbleheads, 2 versions, by the way, of the bobblehead, commemorating both home runs. And actually, Dan, there was 3 home runs. Good to see you, man. How
Thanks
you doing?
for having me. Yeah, I'm doing great. Again.
Yeah, awesome.
Well, like it or not, you're a legendary figure in the history of this franchise, and boy, it's great to see you again.
Well, it's great to be back. I mean, just walking into this building again and all the memories flooding back, seeing all the players and the coaches and the front office. I mean, you guys, everything. You know, it's just it brings all these great memories back.
Well, you go back to 2011, and then earlier than that, and oh wait, you couldn't have picked 2 more dramatic spots to hit a home run than you did, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could pick him, but there was definitely a higher power out there helping me out with that. And, you know, very fortunate that I was the pawn in the right place at the right time, and was fortunate enough to be able to have the success that I did.
I'll tell you, as great as that is, just kind of emphasizing how important a role you've had in this franchise. Stu Sternberg said, fly ball right center field. It's Malik Smith running it down to make the catch. You know, Rays hope to get this new ballpark eventually. He's talking about that. He says there has to be a statue of Dan Johnson there. How about that?
You know, today was the first day that I learned about that. I heard it earlier today, and I was like, you know, I kind of passed it off and didn't think anything of it. And then I did the meet and greet with some of the season ticket holders, you know, talking with all of them, and all of a sudden I heard that about 10 or 15 times. Hey, what do you think about the statue? And I was like, you got to be kidding me. But that, I mean, what an honor it is, you know, just to be mentioned like that.
Let me ask you something. Those two spots, those two big blasts, tell me from a hitter standpoint, when you're coming up to the plate, what is going through your mind?
You know what?
There's a nice play right there. Blake Snell coming off the mound to feel that bunt and make that toss to Crone getting over there to record the out. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that was an outstanding play.
Yeah, that was an outstanding play. You know, it was going up there. You kind of get into that tunnel vision, which thank God I've had a few success, you know, during that time. And I was just fortunate enough to be able to go up there and get into that tunnel vision, kind of focus, and know that the adrenaline's going to kind of take over. It's like try harder but less, you know, like kind of like the calm before the storm type thing, getting that tunnel vision. And kind of just let the adrenaline help you right there.
Well, and how do you slow the moment down? The guys talk about those kind of moments, things can speed up on you. How in the world, knowing that the adrenaline is going to kick in, how do you slow it down? I mean, is it a breathing thing, or is it just a, hey, listen, I've got a game plan. This is what I'm going to look for. This is my approach, and I'm going to stay disciplined.
Yeah, I would say it has to do with the game plan. You're going up there knowing, you know, that you've been in this situation before, or, you know, you're going up there and just trusting in yourself, you know. You're there for a reason, and, you know, like, you're putting this opportunity, go up there and give it everything you have, because, you know, baseball's a hard game.
Yeah.
It's a game of failure, so you go up there and give it everything you have, and, you know, whoever comes out on top comes out on top.
You know, I mentioned, I made reference to another home run that you hit, and I think you have to get some credit for that too. Remember, the club was off to that slow start, and you had a home run in Chicago against the White Sox to help get the Rays back on track. Who knows, if you don't hit that home run, you never know what happens to a season.
Yeah, no, that was, I still remember that one, that's for sure, because it was off Thornton, who was very hard throwing lefty.
Yes.
And I believe I remember coming back to the dugout saying I hit this fastball in that, like, you know, I thought it was a fastball in that I was able to get, because I knew I needed to get a sac fly at least, because it was bases loaded. And at that time, and you know, watching it back, it ended up being like a cutter away. So that's kind of where my bat speed was at that time.
Well, and how many times did we talk about that? You know, a hitter will go back and be like, yeah, I got this, and then you go back and look at the tape, you're like, that wasn't it at all. It was completely different. All you know is you smashed it, and that's a good thing. Let me ask you, okay, career 57 home runs throughout your career. Where do those two, or maybe even the third, where do those three, let's take the first out of it, because we know that's always going to be most special and very special. Where do those rank for you?
Well, I would have to say, especially the 2011 one, because at that moment in time, it really did feel like that was it. You know, like if you don't get on base here, the season's over.
Yeah. So,
you know, having that opportunity for us to be able to continue on and eventually Longo hitting that homer to walk it off. So I'd have to rank that one number one. Obviously, the 2008 is no sleeper for me also. I mean, just because of the experience of how loud that stadium was, you know, the Boston fans, and, you know, like, they truly believed that it was over, and they're letting us know that they're going to take over first place, and it was so loud in there to when I hit it, to how quiet it was that I could actually hear my feet hitting the ground. So that was a pretty special experience also.
Yeah, the Rays, that came, I think, on the 9th of September, and the Rays took charge, did the rest. But that home run you hit against the Yankees was, what, 7 years ago and a day from today.
Wow. Yes.
Time flies.
Oh, boy.
Isn't that crazy?
And how about you're going back to that home run in Boston. You were supposed to be in the starting lineup.
Yeah,
and you end up showing up late, no by no fault of your own. But
Yeah.
you end up getting in there, and they're like, "Hey, is Dan here yet?" No, well, we got to pull him out of the starting lineup, and then it comes in that kind of a role.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about fate.
I was pulling my stuff out of the cab as one of the clubbies was trying to help me get my stuff out of the cab and get through the crowd as they were announcing the leadoff batter. At that time, I still thought I was playing. So, that talk about a whirlwind day. I mean, that was the travel. I mean, there were so many flights canceled. It was just amazing to get there at all. And then traffic getting to Fenway from the airport was atrocious.
2-2 here to Krichik, and that ball is going to go down for ball 3. Oh, all right, let's forget all that. What about the knuckleball? What's up with the knuckleball?
I'm loving life with it.
Yeah.
This is one of those things that I blame the Rays for this. They're like, hey, you want to come out and try this, and so I ended up flying out and throwing them a bullpen, and then hey, why don't you give it a run at it, and hey, all right. So they got my interest sparked. I kind of felt like I was pretty much done hitting.
Well, cutting the miss here and down to first base. Krichik is out of there. Well, Dan, it's so good to see you. You look great, and I'm looking forward to seeing you dancing with a knuckleball.
Awesome.
Beautiful, bud.
Hopefully you guys get to see me out there again.
That'd be cool. Dan Johnson with us, forever etched in the memory of this franchise. We'll be back. This game is tied. Well, it would appear that Blake Snell could be finished for the afternoon after getting through the 5th inning. We go to the bottom half here. This game tied 1-1, and if in fact he is, Diego Castillo had been warming up while we were chatting with Dan Johnson. And so now in this game tied 1-1, it would behoove the Rays to score a run or two, take the lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The pitch fouled out of play by Sucre. Strike one. Here's Castillo up. Well, 5 innings for Blake Snell. 10 strikeouts. And we'll see what the Rays can do against Barucki here in the bottom of the 5th. Blake Snell along with Adam Moore, the veteran catcher. Look out, that foul into the dugout. So the count is a ball, 2 strikes. Well, that would give Blake 180 2/3 innings. and 221 strikeouts. So he's moved up the list a little bit in the strikeout department. Blake right now is 5th in the league in strikeouts.
Yeah, the other thing that it does, Dwayne, is it keeps that ERA under 2.
Fly ball, short center. Davis is there. Well, when you look at all the numbers on him, and you know, we were talking about it before the game. Everybody's talking about his chances of winning the Cy Young Award. And you know, the one thing that you heard, and there are a lot of people, and we talked about it the other night. David Cone, former Cy Young Award winner, when the Yankees were in here, he was absolutely in Blake Snell's corner. Al Leiter, wave and a miss by Velasquez. And when you look, and you referenced it early, we talked about it in other games, but when you look at what he's done against the Red Sox, Yankees, Indians, Astros, and A's, 5 top potent offenses. Velasquez sends a fly ball into center. And Davis is there to make the catch on that one. I mean, he matches up with anybody. And no reason to mention this one guy's name, but one guy was analyzing the situation and actually sort of dismissed him, and he put Blake 5th because of the innings total, and then he ranked pitchers like Sale and Bauer ahead of him, and their innings way below Snell. So his argument didn't make any sense at all. He defeated his own argument. It didn't hold up under weight of the qualifications for Blake Snell and his innings to get in there. And he had 4 pitchers ahead of Blake, 2 or 3 of them that didn't even have the innings that Blake has. So we'll dismiss that guy. And then you look at the rest of his work. It'd be hard not for him not to win the Cy Young Award. A little pop by Malik Smith, handled by Urania. And we are through 5. This game tied 1-1.
Blake Snell got off to a little bit of a rocky start, very un-Blake Snell-like, but he settled in nicely after that and started to establish the fastball, and then here comes the breaking balls, gets a fastball there looking, but that curveball, I'll tell you, the curveball played very well tonight off of that fastball, especially after that first inning. And Blake Snell would go the 5 innings, giving up just that 1 run. And right now gives away now to Diego Castillo as we head into the 6th inning.
Yeah, that 1 run in 5 innings will leave his season's earned run average at 1.89, 189. And so he'll be 21-5 with a 189 earned run average and 221 strikeouts. Castillo will face Rowdy Tellez to begin the 6th inning. Which is down, 1 ball, no strikes. Fouled right back. Toronto scored a run in the 1st. The Rays scored theirs in the 2nd inning on the home run by C.J. Cron. It's down 2-1. The knees. Castillo worked a couple innings on Monday, the 24th in the Yankee series. It was the opener, 2 innings, 2 scoreless innings on a couple hits and 3 strikeouts. The foul ball holds the count at 2-2. It was good to see Dan Johnson and VA. He might actually surface again with that knuckleball. He's pretty serious about that.
You never know. I mean, you never know, and it's a pitch that you know.
How much fun would that be?
It would be great because all those years of torturing pitchers, and now it's his turn to start trying to get hitters out. And you can throw that knuckleball as long as you can throw a ball.
Yep.
So you can put the kind of time in that Dan Johnson did in this game and kind of shift gears here, become a knuckleball guy, and who knows where it can go.
Yep.
You're absolutely right.
And
if it's nasty enough, they'll use it.
That's the kind of story the Rays as an organization are really rooting for. They love that.
Yes, they do.
2, little tapper foul. We'll see another full count pitch. Well, you never know what will happen around here.
We've said it all year, and mostly about the Rays pitching plan, but once you feel like you've got a good read on what this organization, how they're going to do things, they will throw you for a loop.
Yeah, I really think the secret to their success is they listen to our telecast and then do the exact opposite of what we're talking about.
They're nimble, Dwayne. They are nimble.
A little chop. That's going to be a foul ball back at first.
They must be big fans of Seinfeld. They're doing the Costanza theory.
Yes.
Like whatever I think I should do, just do the opposite.
That's exactly right.
And
seems to be working.
It does. I wonder when the Rays in the offseason decided to start making the trades that they did. And, you think about Souza Jr. and Longoria and Dickerson, and that's a gutsy set of moves that were made, and what the thought process was. Like, look, this isn't going to look real good, but we're pretty confident that it's going to work out quite well.
Castillo wins that battle and gets the strikeout. No, I think you're right. You have to, if you think about it, and the Rays, because they're positioned where they are in the American League East, you've got a couple of behemoth clubs in Boston and New York, and then you've got the Blue Jays and Baltimore, and both those clubs in their history have had some success. But the Rays are certainly more than an afterthought, and a lot of people, because they haven't had that high profile, I think try to classify them as that. But if they can win these next 2 games and get to 90, that gives them a run that is hard to put together. If they can win 90 games, that would be their 6th time to win 90 games or more in 11 seasons. And when you think about the teams that have done that, have approached that, they joined the Red Sox and the Dodgers and the Yankees as the only team to have 6 90-win seasons since 2008.
Pretty heady company.
You know, and the average guy walking down the street never hears that because the profile isn't as large as some of those other clubs. Boy, there's one driven high and deep and way out of here. Boy, Hernandez showing off his strength there and drives that one out on the heels of a home run to right center field last night. He hits this one way up on that tarp beyond the seats and left. And that will give Toronto a 2-1 lead.
The sound coming off the bat told you what the end result was going to be. Just a hanging slider.
There it is.
That crack is unmistakable.
Hernandez gives Toronto a 1-run lead in the 6th. Andy Jansen, who twice has struck out, takes ball 1. A ball and a strike. Not a lot of hits either way in this game, just 7 total, but a couple of home runs, and it's 2-1 right now, Toronto. One and 2 to Jansen. Cutnamez 100. Some low heat there.
How late was Jansen on that swing? Just completely blown away by the fastball. How about this? I mean, that ball was in the glove before the bat got to the front of the plate.
Yep.
Wow.
It almost was in the glove before it got to the back part of the plate. I'm telling you, that was overpowering down there.
And you hope that he was sitting slider.
Yeah.
Because if not,
wow,
it's going to be troublesome.
Yep. Rania fouls it out of play. Strike the count. 12 strikeouts for Rays pitching. Oh, 2. A ball, 2 strikes. Manfred, the number 9 hitter, on deck. And Urania is out on strikes. 3 strikeouts in the inning, but the home run by Hernandez. 2-1 Toronto. Toronto, reserve your 2019 Rays season tickets and secure the biggest savings, best seat locations, concessions, and merchandise discounts. Visit RaysBaseball.com/season tickets. Bottom of the 6th underway. Tommy Pham takes ball 1. Pham, Adames, and C.J. Cron due up. Rookie, the lefty out there. "75 pitches, 2 pitches into the 6th. That's lined into right. There's a base hit. One hop to the right fielder, Alford. Tommy Pham is on base. He continues to reach base. It's been quite a run for him. 31 consecutive games now for Pham reaching base.
Well, that's something else to look for in tomorrow afternoon's game. Finished the season off with 32 straight. It was a rough start here with the Rays. Some injury issues coming over in that trade, but boy, once he has locked it in, gotten healthy, and gotten into the lineup regularly, he's been fantastic. Fantastic.
To be sure. Well, when you look at that in a single season, he's surpassed Pena. He's caught Zobrist. Johnny Damon topping that list back in that 2011 season.
It's been a while that we've been able to get one of those in. I mean, we used to run out all of those lists where somehow Johnny Damon made his way into them.
Yeah, he was on a lot of lists.
Yep.
It was fun. 2 strikes the count. And a shot into right field. Alford will go back at the track, couple steps from the wall to make the catch on this one. Adames hit it a long way to the track in right field. One on, one out. C.J. Cron heads to the plate. Rookie, 79 pitches, 107 pitches, his high for the season. It was in a 2-1 loss to the Yankees back in the early part of July. Cron with a homer and a walk. Takes the ball too low. 30 home runs, 74 runs batted in for C.J. Cron. Goes the runner. The pitch taken for a strike. Throw not in time. So Cron taking that pitch with Pham on his way to second, picking up the steal. His 14th of the year.
Well, there you go. That pitch right there for Jansen to handle. Cron had no intention letting this thing go, and Tommy Pham in there ahead of that throw.
So a 1-1 count on Cron. And the Blue Jays decide not to take a look at that play.
Probably pretty smart.
It wasn't even close.
not in the least. Maybe on the transition there with that hand coming off, but the leg never came off that bag. That's the toughest thing. The amount of momentum that these guys have built and speed going into these slides. And you've got to stay in complete contact because all of these infielders have been taught to lay the tag and keep the tag on there. If you come off that thing for a split second, you're going to be out. So you've got to have all sorts of body parts stuck to that bag. Almost have to learn how to slide again.
Yeah. 3-1. Cover your body with stickum.
Lester Hayes style.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, he used to goop that stuff on. It was disgusting. Can you imagine being tackled by him? He just have motor oil all over you. Goodness.
Turn back there, nothing doing with Pham.
Never thought we'd get in a Lester Hayes mention.
Well, you never know.
You
You know,
never
that's the great thing about live TV and baseball and the next to last game of the season. Oh, he's under this one.
Oh, that's going to get.
Skies it to left. That's Hernandez trying to keep his eye on that one. 2 gone.
Dwayne, he was flirting with the A-ring. I mean, that was way up there.
Here's Brandon Lau. Lau a couple of strikeouts in the game. Pham at second with 2 gone. One ball, no strikes. Two balls, no strikes. Ground ball headed up the middle into center field for a base hit. Pham's going to score. RBI single to center for Lau. The Rays have tied the game. Brandon Lau picking up the run batted in right back through the middle. A stolen base by Pham is converted into a run.
Well, just a 2-seam fastball, and Brandon Lau able to get full extension and hit that ball hard. And look at that, boy, perfectly placed right up the middle, and with 2 outs, Rays time.
Well, Carlos Gomez still looking. Oh, a move to first. Lau's headed to second, and he is out as Baraki picks him off. Go into the books as a caught stealing. We're through 6, tied 2-2. Wound up walking 3 in the first inning. Sacrifice fly by Rowdy Pellet got the run home. Blake worked 5. Gave up the 1 run on 3 hits. C.J. Cron gave the Rays a tying run in the second inning with his 30th home run of the year. Oscar Hernandez in the 6th, connecting off Diego Castillo, gave Toronto a lead for a short time, and Brandon Lowe with a base hit, Lau single home bam to make it a 2-2 ball game, and so we go to the 7th, tied 2-2. And this is Anthony Alford fouling that one, strike one. Castillo beginning his 2nd inning of work. Top of the order will be next, Birdie and then Davis. Two. Strikeouts for Rays pitching through the first 6 innings of this game. A 10th strikeout day for Snell in 5 innings. Castillo gave up that home run in the 6th and also struck out the side.
Well, there are so many guys on this staff that have swing and miss stuff, can overpower you. And obviously Snell and Castillo, 2 big ones.
And he uncorks one of those at 100.
Right to the backstop.
Another guy who can approach that in the middle there, Ryan Stanek. Two and two. Missed low. That one hitting triple digits, and the count is full.
Big pitch here. You know, up 0-2. You certainly do not want to lose Alford down here in the 9-hole to lead off an inning, especially now it's getting late.
And he got him looking. Strike 3 called. 4 strikeouts for Castillo. All 4 outs he's recorded via the strikeout.
Well, that slider stayed in. Didn't really get it where he wanted, but what that did is it locked up Alford, and Lance Barksdale right there to make the call. It's a big one.
John Birdie. Ball, no strikes. Chop left side. Velasquez gloves and fires to first. Birdie is out. Number 2, MLB at bat. Is your number 1 Rays app. Customize your experience and catch every moment. Get Rays home screen icons and features, including MLB TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, stats news, and a lot more. Download MLB at bat today. Jonathan Davis 0 for 3. Tried to bunt his way on in the 5th inning. Was thrown out by Snell on a good play. Ball, no strikes. coaching box. 1-1. Now, here's the other thing about Blake Snell. The last 10 pitchers to lead the American League in both earned run average and wins have won the Cy Young Award. Snell fulfilling those two categories.
I mean, I really, at the end of the day, don't think that it should be that close. I mean, we saw that list of pitchers with Sale and Kluber and Verlander, and certainly great pitchers. There's no doubt about that. But we're talking about 2018 and the season that Blake Snell's put together.
Chop over the middle. Adames makes the play. Had to make the throw on the run as he made the pickup and gets to Speedy Davis. 7th inning stretch time. 2-2 tie. Sun brought to you by your Southern Chevy dealers. By Eldorado Furniture, a different kind of furniture store for over 50 years. And by your local Ford dealers. 2-2 ball game. We move into the home half of the 7th inning. Rays and the Blue Jays squaring off in this one. Corey Kluber is going to go tonight. Blake Snell will finish the season 21-5 with a 189 earned run average. And a wave and a miss by Carlos Gomez. Warunki's still out there. Sale and Verlander.
Dwayne, I think that the graphic that says it all is this one right here. You're talking about the playoff teams, which, by the way, happen to be the 5 most potent offenses in the American League, too. We're talking about the Red Sox, Yankees, A's, Astros.
Yeah. It's a strikeout there to Gomez, but you're absolutely right. And that's what we referenced earlier. I mean, look at that body of work.
The starts, look at the record, 9-2. I mean, first of all, no one has, half the starts. Chris Sale and Verlander, 6 of those starts, and then 9-2 with a 2.00. That is it. End of discussion.
Hey, I don't know how you can look at that and justify voting for anybody but Snell.
And that's why I think at the end of the day, you do your research. It shouldn't be that close.
Austin Meadows looks at a strike.
I mean, the only knock that you could even remotely go after Blake Snell is the innings.
Yeah.
And guess what? Listen, the game's different.
A long one down the right field line. Is that ball fair? That ball is fair and gone. Meadows hit that one a ton down the right field line, and the Rays take a 3-2 lead. Austin Meadows connecting on that 0-1 pitch. And boy, did he get into that one. 3-2 Rays.
Boy, how about that? Rays fall behind, they answer, and now an inning later they take the lead. Here it is, changeup. That changeup stayed in, and Meadows able to keep it fair. Look at that.
Well, that's his first in a Rays uniform. And it gives the Rays the lead. Now chopped to short. Urania with the pickup on the ball hit by Sucre for the second out. Well, that ball exploded off Meadows' bat right down the line. The only concern for a time, would it stay fair? And yes, it did.
He's got a very smooth swing from the left side. Smooth. He put up great numbers when after that trade, you know, he goes down to Durham and has to bide his time down there, but he tore it up.
There's a base hit by the bag and up the left field line. Velasquez has himself an extra base hit. He's making the turn at second and putting on the brakes. There was no slowing him down, just in case anything happened down in the corner. He was full speed ahead, rounding second, and then put on the brakes for a double.
Well, he has apparently gotten the memo here with the Rays, and that is you go hard out of the box and you push the envelope. Turn a single into a double, maybe turn a double into a triple. You know, they're playing him in too, close, even with the bag, that threat of the bunt, and Velasquez thinking maybe I can always go back.
Yeah, I like that approach a lot. So a double for Andrew Velasquez, and that's going to be it for Borucki. Call to the bullpen, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Scratch off from the Florida Lottery, a new spin on a classic with a top prize of $5 million. So unleash the excitement anytime. The Florida Lottery, it's your ticket, claim it. Must be 18 or older to play. Play responsibly. Well, the Rays have this 3-2 lead. 2 outs and a man at second. Ryan Borucki gone. He's allowed 3, responsible for a man on. And Tim Mesa will take over. 94 pitches for Borucki.
The Blue Jays here already trailing by a run and obviously want to keep it right there, so they go to the big lefty against Malik Smith for the 37th time.
Pitch is a strike. Well, Malik singled his first time up against Borucki. 1 for 3. Now he faces Mesa, another lefty. Malik's been pretty good against lefties and good at home. Came in hitting .345 at home. Chaz Rowe up in the bullpen. Rowe was on for a third of an inning last night. pitch right there, time had been granted. It's still a 1-1 count. Austin Meadows broke the tie with his first home run as a Ray. Then the double, 2-out double by Velasquez. Very good speed at second base. 1-1 to Malix. 2 balls and a strike. Here's a work the third of an inning last night. Tapper will even it 2-2 on that foul ball. Tommy Pham would be next. Alex has worked the count out to 3-2. Count holds at 3-2 with a foul ball.
Well, an extended at bat. You're looking for something that Mesa misses out over the plate, or take your walk, move on to the next guy. That next guy would be Tommy Pham, and there is nobody warming up in that Blue Jay bullpen. So
Three-two, fouled away. Forcing another pitch.
and you wonder here with Malix Smith seeing so many of these pitches, and they're all in the same area. Mesa's been doing nothing but working him away. Start to build a little bit of a comfort level. And that's the thing about Malix. If you're going to stay in one area with him and just stay away, he'll take you the other way. That's what's really opened up his offensive game this year, allowed him to hit for such a high average. Oh, coming in now.
And a little popper into shallow left near the line. Hernandez can't get there. That's going to fall. Run scores. Malix heads to second, and he is out there, but count the run. So the little looper, and he runs into the out at second. Velasquez crosses the plate, and the Rays pick up an additional run. The home run by Meadows gave them the lead. And it's 4-2 Rays. Fox Sports Sun brought to you by Simply Healthcare. Live the Simply life. By Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers. And by your local Honda dealer. On to the 8th inning we go here. The Rays have a 4-2 lead. Snell for 5, Castillo for 2. Now Chaz Rowe. Now Ledmus Diaz leads off. And there's the slider in for a called strike. Diaz has been on 3 times. Walk, single, walk.
You know, he's been kind of a pain too. You know, as much as Rowdy Tellez has been with the Rays, we've seen Ledmus Diaz do some things that you're not very fond of if you're a Rays fan.
Now Popper. It's Lau out from second into shallow center. One away. Yeah, this is a big inning here with Diaz. Then Krichik. He's been hot for the last month or so. He's finishing strong. And then Tellez.
Yeah, and that's what makes that second run. Well, that little bloop there by Malik Smith, giving them that 2-run lead, so important. Get a little bit of breathing room as you come down the heart of the order.
But strike. Corner away. A nice pitch there. Richard tried to hold up halfway through, could not.
I'll tell you, when Chaz Rowe is able to command that fastball, and he's good with that pitch, good hand speed out front, and then he goes to that slider. That thing just takes a left-hand turn. It takes a left-hand turn. One of the toughest pitches you'll face.
How about that one? Oh my goodness, strike 3 call. That was unbelievable. That was headed right at Krichik.
Yeah.
And you talk about making a quick turn. And watch this pitch from center field.
He didn't want it there. Look where Sucre's set up. But he started that accidentally at the front hip. And there it goes.
Wow. I mean, all you do is watch it and go sit down. It's 15 strikeouts for Rays pitching today. Want to know the count here on Tellez. Pitch upstairs. Well, the Blue Jays were making some noise in the first inning. They scored only 1 run, left the bases loaded. And since then, all of Rowdy's friends have settled down.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, 2 outs with the bases empty, and there's a slider in for a strike to Tellez. 2-1.
It started with Blake Snell settling down, and Blake Snell getting back into his style of pitching. And that's where it started. And then the Rays offense, you know, you tie it up here and fall behind again, but then you take the lead.
Into right field, and the Rays have the defense set up for him. Right out there is Adames. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 4-2 Rays. in the bottom of the 8th. Tomorrow on Rays Live, the pregame show, again presented by your local Honda dealers. Sit down with Kevin Cash, the Rays manager. Boy, what a great job he's done this year. And we'll take a look back at the best of 2018. Coverage begins at 2:30 tomorrow. Don't forget now, that's a 2:30 airtime. 3:10 first pitch tomorrow. First pitch to Tommy Pham is a strike. David Polino out there on the mound. We've seen him a number of times. He came over from Houston and he's been impressive.
Yes, you know, Toronto looks to rebuild their team, rebuild their bullpen. He certainly has stood out.
Upstairs with the fastball. Seventh appearance, 1-0 with a 159 earned run average.
I think all those appearances are against the Rays.
Got a high fly ball into left, and again Hernandez waiting on that one. That was up there close to the rings, and that is out number 1 here in the 8th. Willie Adames settling in at the plate now. You know, there's some pitchers, they can throw the ball hard, and a hitter, the ball off their bats will just almost explode. We've seen Polino, and he's got pretty good velocity, but you know, he's at 92 a lot of the times. And, well, that used to be pretty hard. You know, there's a fastball at 90. But hitters don't seem to make that kind of contact where the ball jumps off their bat, even though he's at 90 or 92.
Well, that's where you start to get into perceived velocity. You know, you get guys that hide the ball well. Hitters don't pick up the release until late. You get, you know, guys that have really good carry. You know, the spin rate, the velocity may not blow you away, but the spin rate is such that you get that extra little bit of carry, and guys just don't seem to make the solid contact. There's so much that goes into it now, and all these numbers that all these teams have, and can make judgments off of, and can formulate game plans off of. Swing plane, spin rate.
There's a breaking ball, and he just hung up there. And Adames singles into center, picking up his second hit of the day.
Well, regardless of spin rate and deception and all of these other things, when you hang them, they do get hit hard.
Yes, they do. And he was ahead in the count, and that one just hovered up there. Watch this.
Just swatted right into center field.
C.J. Cron opened the scoring for the Rays with his 30th home run of the year back in the second inning. And there's one deep down the left side, way up, and that ball is off the C ring and then caroms down onto the field. All the way to third goes Adames, and Cron still standing at the plate because it was a foul ball. But you know what? If you're Adames, go for it.
Yeah, no, it's like those plays that we talk about that are close up the line. I mean, let the umpires send you bat. You run it out, you play it out. You can see that ball clearly left of that little foul pole up there hanging off of the ring. And it comes back down in the field of play. However, it hit the ring in foul territory, therefore a foul ball.
That's a pretty good blast there by C.J. Cron. Strike pitch inside with a fastball. 1-1. Bottom of the 8th, the Rays have a 4-2 lead. And up the middle, glove by Urania, and the throw to first. Well, that's a nice pickup by Urania there in the middle of the infield, with Adames advancing into second.
That was some real nifty glove work. Kind of threw it out there at the last second and gloved this little half liner in between hop, then finish it off. Look at him angle back to try to get that hop up a little higher. That's still difficult.
Adames now in scoring position for Brandon Lau. Lau singled in a run in the 6th inning. That tied the game at 2. Breaking ball stays high, 1-0. High. Another attempt at a breaking ball. That breaking ball has not been behaving very well for Paulino.
No, and that's not something that goes unnoticed by the Rays hitters. And so you start to almost discount that pitch and hone in on whatever else he throws. And right now you're going to be thinking about the fastball.
And that's too high. 3 balls, no strikes to Lau with Gomez on deck. And ball 4, he missed away with a fastball. 2 men on, 2 men out. Lau at first and Adames at second base. Carlos Gomez will get an opportunity to swing the bat in the 8th. Fastball swinging at a miss. Fastball in. Gomez trying to be quick in there. It's 0-2. Now the Rays with 4 runs, 9 hits. Leading 4-2. They have 2 men on. That's Adames at second, Lau at first. Now 1-2 on Gomez. Rays need a win tonight, 1 tomorrow to finish off the year with 90 victories. 88-72 right now. And that is strike 3. Breaking ball. Gomez out. Rays leave 2 and we head to the 9th. Romo coming in, 4-2 Rays. drill, fresh catch of the game. Let's go back to the home run off the bat of Austin Meadows. It came on an 0-1 pitch in the 7th to give the Rays the lead. They added another run in that inning to make it 4-2. As we go to the 9th inning, Sergio Romo on the hill for the Rays. Billy McKinney will lead it off here against Romo. So McKinney comes off the bench to hit. Wave and a miss. Romo pitched a scoreless 9th last night. Gave up a hit and picked up a strikeout. Pitch is down 1-1. Balls, 1 strike. We'll switch in the outfield. Gomez in center for the Rays and Mally Smith over in right.
Interesting to say the least.
Yep. Just flip-flop there. Cut a foul ball by McKinney. 2-2. Jansen due next, but McGuire is on deck. Reese McGuire. 2 to McKinney. And that ball missed wide. Full count.
Well, I got to make a pitch here. You want to earn it. If they're going to get on base, let them earn their way on. You got a 2-run lead.
The foul ball back. Blake Snell walked 3 men in the 1st inning, walked another man in the 5th. And that's it in the walk department issued by Rays pitching. Castillo 2 innings. Rowe an inning, and now Romo full up here. The count to McKinney. And he got him looking. Strike 3 called. McKinney had tossed the bat away thinking he had walked, and Romo gets the strike call. 16th strikeout of the day for Rays pitching.
Off the plate and right to that outside corner. Nice job by Sucre too. Sucre, watch him get around this baseball and pull it towards the plate. That is well done on a borderline pitch, but those have been consistently called by Barksdale tonight. McKinney may not like it, but
here's McGuire. He takes a pitch a little bit off the plate.
You see Sucre, the way that he kind of snatches that back right over the plate, very quick with the hand there.
Now 2-0.
All the lefties come off the bench here now against Romo.
Ureña's on deck. The cut and a miss. That's pretty close. And it's ball 3, 3-1.
That was really close, and you had McGuire kind of wobbling, you know, between the breaking balls and then that fastball right there.
And they Foul ball back. Full count. The Rays have given up 2 runs here today, and that pitch off the arm of Sucre.
At least one more bruise before the end of the season.
Something to remember the season by. So a full count here to McGuire. And a long one to right. Malix will go to the wall, and that's out of here. Home run. It's a 1-run game. McGuire with a pinch hit home run. And that lead, a single run now.
Well, this is why all the lefties, coming off the bench, because the breaking ball at times can work its way right into your swing, and that's what we're going to see here. They're going to just head right into the barrel of that bat. McGuire obviously strong enough to get it out.
Richard Urania. Pitch down and away.
And that's why you see that pitch. For Romo, you think about those sweeping sliders away to the right-handed hitters, and then the changeup plays a more prominent role to the lefties.
Urania takes ball 2 away. Urania last night had 3 straight hits and struck out his last time. He struck out 3 times in this game. And Justin Smoke has moved on deck. 2-1 now.
He was one that hit the walk-off.
Yep.
Up in Toronto, and it was on a changeup. He went out and got it, still strong enough to get it out there. So it'll be interesting to see how Romo ends up going up against him. But first things first.
2-2. Ryan Standing now up for the Rays. 2-2 count here to Urania. And he got him on a change. That pitch moving down and away. So the second out here in the 9th inning. 17 strikeouts for Rays pitching. Rays Live, the post game presented by WB Mason, just around the corner with Rich and Orestes anchoring from the set in left field. We'll hear from Kevin Cash to talk about Blake Snell's Cy Young Award push, and Michelle will have interviews from the clubhouse. 2 outs in a 4-3 game. Alfred lifted for the pinch hitter Smoke. Be careful here. And that pitch missed a little wide. 1-0. That'll be a strike on the inside edge. 1-1. Two balls and a strike to Smoke. Solarte has moved out on deck. On Hervé Solarte. Tapper foul. So it's going to be 2-2. Right down to the wire we go. Strikeouts for Rays pitching and 1 out to get in a 1-run game. 2-2. He got it. Strike 3 call, and the Rays are going to win this one. 3 strikeouts in the ninth by Romo. The Rays staff with 18 strikeouts in a 4-3 victory over the Toronto Blue Jays, and that will leave the Rays with just one win to get and one game left. They are 89-72. They win it 4-3. For Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stamps, hope you've enjoyed the telecast. Rays Live, the post game comes your way next. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon.